Muy buenos días, mis estudiantes. Quiero explicar algunas cosas gramaticales, como siempre. I want to explain some grammar things for you. Y este video del tema de present progressive tense describes what people are doing right now, ahora mismo. There's dos partes, two parts to forming this tense, and also recognizing it. Maybe it's better to start with recognizing it. Are things that are ing. She is talking. We are listening. And you notice, mira, the ing. So we need two things, a form of estar, and we also need a gerund. So can you recognize when this shows up? I think that's a problem with los estudiantes. Do you recognize when tener plus que plus infinitive needs to be used? Do you recognize when ir plus a plus infinitive needs to be used? And do you recognize when you're in a situación where you need the present progressive? Let's look at la cosa más fácil. The easiest part is las formas de estar. Right? Let's go singular, plural, uno, dos, tres. Hopefully this makes sense. You should be able to conjugate estar without my help in the second year. Estás con acento es mal acento. Está, estamos. That's the nosotros, first person plural. Right? Look at when I say first person plural, it's first person, right? And it's plural. We understand where that comes from. My terminología, my nomenclature. Y tercera persona plural, third person plural, es la forma de están. So there's our conjugated forms of estar. You should know these, be able to produce these at any time. What are the rules now for the gerund? Remember, gerund, or in español, gerundio. In inglés, it significa ing. In español, verbos de AR, we take off the last two letters and switch to ando. And ER, IR verbos, we take off the last two letters of the infinitive and put on yendo. Let's practicar alguno. Hablar equals hablando. Por un verbo que ustedes saben, reciclar. Reciclando. Por un verbo de ER, beber. Bebiendo. Vivir. Viviendo. So she is listening. We know el verbo to listen is escuchar. Equals ella está, forma de estar, third person singular, because that's she, ella. And el verbo to listen, escuchar. Drop off the last two letters. We have escuch. And then we put on the gerund, ando. Ella está escuchando. Can we recognize when we have una situación en que necesitamos usar el present progressive? Una cosa más para nosotros is to look at a verbo como leer. Es un poquito regular. How would you find the gerund? Right, drop off the last two letters, and you have esta construcción. But Español does not permit three dominant vowels, meaning they all get pronounced in a gerund. So the I has to change to a Y. I has to change to a Y. So what happens to leer? It becomes leyendo. Otro verbo, caer, es la misma cosa. You cannot have cayendo, so it changes to cayendo. Un poquito práctica. How about you? Formal singular. Do we understand what I am talking about when I say you formal singular? What subject pronoun is it in this category? You formal singular, do we know? It's down here because it equals usted. So what's the usted form of estar? It's está. And what's the verb we want to use? Let's say you, formal singular, are talking. El verbo infinitivo hablar, hablando. And I might put usted in front of there to help us explain what form of estar. So you, formal singular, are talking, is usted está hablando. Y un más, all of you are visiting, which some people had problems knowing este variable. All of you are visiting. First of all, how are you going to handle the all of you? What's the subject pronoun in this list for all of you? It's the bottom right. It's ustedes. So what's the ustedes form of estar? Bottom right, están. So I'll squeeze ustedes there. Ustedes están con acento, otherwise it's wrong. And what's the gerund of del verbo visitar? Right? Eliminación de these two letters and put on ando. Ustedes están visitando. All of you are visiting. You, plural, are visiting. Muy bien, señores. Yo pienso es bastante información ahora. Y ustedes pueden mirar el video algunas veces, a few times, y practicar. Gracias.